Zoning Board of Adjustment of Swanzey for the evening of October 16th, 2023. I will ask Beverly to call the roll and read our agenda.
Okay.
There we go.
Steve Tebow?
Here.
Ann Kurzynski? Here. Lisa Thorne? Here. Brian Rutgers?
Here.
Bill Hutwalker? Jay Ward?
Here.
Adam Mulhern?
Here.
Eric Callio? Wayne Lechleiter?
Here.
Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting agenda for October 16th, 2023 is as follows. First item of business is called to order at 6:30 p.m., followed by the minutes to be considered. September 18th, 2023 are the minutes to be considered. Public hearing, ZBA 23-017, an appeal of the planning board's decision regarding the use determined in the site plan review application submitted by Fieldstone Land Consultants on behalf of All Purpose Storage Swanzey West LLC, the property located at 115 Base Hill Road, and subject property shown at tax map 52, lot 16, and located in both the business district and rural agricultural district. Next would be amending the ZBA bylaws to allow change of the meeting time, and there may be other business as required.
Thank you, Beverly.
Make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
No, second that.
Been moved by Brian and seconded by Ann to approve the minutes of September 18th.
18th.
Actually, that's what I thought. Ann, you weren't here. You weren't at that meeting.
Oh, that's right, I was actually, sorry.
That's why I was.
Retract my second in.
All right.
I'll second.
I did read the minutes, even though I wasn't here.
Okay.
Adam, you were here?
Yeah, he was.
Yep. So it's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes of September 18th, 2023. All those in favor, please indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Regional impact vote. Does anyone here have reasonable?
Chairman, I propose that there is nothing on the agenda tonight that reaches to the level.
Regional impact.
Second.
Thank you. Let's move and seconded that. Point of order. What I have to do, I have to seat someone, well, yeah, seat someone for Bill.
Oh, no, you don't see anybody for.
But there were,
He's actually a member, full member.
Oh, he's a member, he's not the selectman's representative.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I guess since Adam seconded it,
Okay.
I'll seat Adam for Bill. So, all those in favor of the motion that nothing on the agenda rises to the level of regional impact, please indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right. Now, we have an appeal, ZBA 23017, an appeal of the planning board's decision regarding the use determined in the site plan review application submitted by Fieldstone Land Consultants on behalf of All Purpose Storage Swanzey West LLC for property located at 115 Base Hill Road. The subject property is shown at tax map 52, lot 16, located in both the business district and rural agricultural district. Maybe Julius can help us a little.
Yeah, so
discussing the reason.
yeah, I can explain a little bit of the reasoning for this, and then we can
Talk about
move into opening the public hearing and then continuing. So,
Yep.
as we know, the reason for this coming before us, if you've had an opportunity to take a look at the packets, is that a site plan review application from Fieldstone Land Consultants has gone before the planning board. The planning board motioned to accept the application with the term services as the intended use on that particular project. After making that determination, one of the abutters had expressed concerns. You can notice that in the packet. That's it's the formal appeal notice. During the site plan review process, any abutter has the opportunity to appeal the decision of the planning board, and thus, whenever they appeal that decision, instead of it going directly to Superior Court, it comes to the ZBA first for review. And so that is the process, and you can take a look at the RSAs that determine that particular piece. There's actually a good piece on that as well in the land use handbook. But what I would say is that's ultimately the topic is what use as presented by the applicant is the planning board's interpretation of it correct, or is it not correct? That's ultimately the determination of the ZBA. What I would say from this point going forward is, and the reason why it's empty and not typical in this particular case, is that the applicant had expressed, the applicant being Fieldstone, had expressed that they need a later date for them to speak to the ZBA. Basically, they had too many things going on for this particular date, and they weren't going to be able to fully discuss it. So they asked the appealant, which is the abutter, to move to a later ZBA date. And so this is that particular scenario. So they said we'll move to the November ZBA meeting, which is set for the 20th. What I would say is, I noticed that the 20th is also the week of Thanksgiving, which I don't know everybody else's schedules as well. I know Keith
I am traveling.
expressed to me that he has concerns that he won't be present on that date. So what I would say is we can open the public hearing as we should for any other regular application like this. After opening it, we will then choose the next meeting date that we feel is appropriate to discuss the matter. We'll set that date, motion to accept that date, and then that's when we'll hold the public hearing on it. And so that's when both the appellant and the applicant and probably some other abutters will also come and speak about the particular concern.
So 3 questions then. So the first, sorry.
Just to say, the people who are appealing agreed to the postponement.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my question 1, but good minds think alike. And really, the topic is planning board said it's a services use.
Yes.
Okay, what are the other, since they seem to be buying up all the mini storages around town, what are the other mini storage uses? Do we know?
Yes, so it depends on the district. And
Sure.
so what I would reference for that particular case, and I would say, so we're not delving too much into that
Case
topic
itself.
tonight,
Yeah,
I would say, if you can find a list of the ones you're thinking of,
yeah,
come to me, and we'll go through each one individually.
okay.
Because it's exactly, districts are, as we know, our ordinance is different for
I'm
each
thinking
district.
specifically the one right near my house that they just finished putting $3 million on. Dale Behringer's.
Yeah,
That's
I know what
business.
you're talking about, yeah.
Oh, Baron,
Yeah, that's business district, isn't it?
Front is, the back wasn't, because we heard that, right?
Yeah, we
The
did.
front was business, but I think the upper part.
Split into 2,
Yeah.
I believe, yeah.
Happens a lot.
And this is a business, a storage facility on one half of the property, and the other half of the property that they're planning to expand into is this service, bays that they will rent to services. So
Oh, I see.
they're called.
That's what they were saying in here, and it didn't make sense to me.
The application refers to them as I wrote it down here. I did a lot of homework before I got Teresa's email today.
For businesses to use as their storage, but not operate a business out of it.
It says
the question.
self-storage and contractor bay facility,
Yeah.
is what it says in the application.
Yeah.
So the question is this wholesale storage or is it services? And that's one of the questions that they're asking.
Yeah, okay.
So, looking forward?
Yeah,
It's going to be a very interesting discussion.
Well, from what I could gather, I think this is one of the few times the ZBA has had an appeal of the planning board's
Not
decision.
that I've been here.
Yeah, so it's been a substantial amount of time. And so it's not typical process. I mean, it's the judicial part of this particular board. And so that's why there's no real, I'm gonna say no real structure. I mean, there is structure, but it's not like a typical variance or special exception. There's no fine questions. So I put a couple of example questions in the packet that I had sent out. Take a look at those, and you can even delve a little deeper into them. Maybe you have some ideas of those questions. You can come to the next meeting with them. Or if you have any questions you want to have answered beforehand about maybe previously, approved or not approved, pose those, give those to me, and I can kind of help you formulate some answers, and we can bring better questions to the applicant next time.
We'd have to do that
Can I ask a
generically,
point of
because
order?
once he opens the meeting, we can't talk about this.
Yes, so just administratively, it's,
Yeah, okay.
Point of
Yeah.
order,
Yeah.
just a clarification for the minutes.
Mhm.
You voted that there's no regional impact, but some of the abutters are Keene residents, are they not?
so the city of Keene is a resident, yes. They're in a butter to the
So
law.
wouldn't that be a regional impact then?
As a resident. So,
No?
I don't think so, but
Not for this
because it's not going to interfere
Not for
with
this
King.
appeal. There are voters for the planning board, but not for this appeal of whether the planning board
The
chose the services.
appellant is not from Keene.
the appellant, no.
Okay, good, thank you, thank
So
you.
the other way to put it is the planning board already voted on regional impact,
Yes.
so there was not one.
Right, I
But
know.
that's not before.
Other way around, they did.
Yeah.
They'd say it was regional impact.
Yes,
Okay, they said there was?
yes.
Mhm.
And so they went through the regional impact discussion,
Yeah.
and that occurred at the planning board.
People from
Okay,
Keene
sorry.
came and talked at the planning board.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
My question, Jody, so
Yeah.
you were asking us, I mean, if we had questions that we would like the appellant and or the applicant to reply to, we should come to you with them ahead of time, maybe, to expedite things, or should we wait and present them when they're?
Ask them to the appellant, to them when they come to the next public
Okay.
hearing, yes.
I didn't,
I'd just say come prepared with those, more than just what I
Yes.
prepared. I mean, you can do that if you want to, but.
It's a suggestion.
Just last thought here.
Please, go ahead.
So just so I understand how this is going to flow, because we haven't done it before, I am
Yeah.
part of this, is if we were to vote in the affirmative that the decision the planning board made was accurate, it goes back to the planning board, or it goes, I mean, it might go back to the planning board because it's already occurred,
Yes,
and then the applicant would have well, I guess the applicant in this perspective, the one who's appealing to it, would have the opportunity to take it to another level.
yes, so that's exactly correct. So say if you vote in the affirmative in this particular scenario, then what would occur is the planning board, their clock doesn't stop just because they're here.
Yeah.
That continues. And so the planning board can make a determination on this before we even see and make a decision on the matter.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say that there are two different applications going at the same time, rather than ZBA is not stopping the planning board for this particular case.
Okay. And if we were to vote in the reverse, just per
Yep.
se,
Yep.
then that creates another host of things that potentially I would imagine an application for a variance or
Site plan.
or a special exception.
Yeah, could, excuse me, could follow. Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to figure out the procedure.
Yeah, that's fine. This is unusual, maybe unprecedented for the board even, I don't know.
Right, this is the point of order discussion as we get ready to
Yeah.
accept the application, which I think is important.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. An answer either way could still create not an answer.
just one other bit of information from that planning board meeting. The lawyer who's representing the abutter who's appealing claimed that he has been a member of the Keene zoning.
Oh, he is. He's a prominent member of the Keene Planning Board. Zoning board. Zoning board, yes.
So it's
Attorney.
not, so some of it, we're gonna hear his take on zoning, probably.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. All right. What we have to do is, because of the, we have to decide on a date.
Now we got to open the meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. We'll call the meeting to order.
This would be just to open the public hearing.
Public hearing, I'm sorry. Thank you. For ZBA number 23-017. It's been requested that we kick it to our next meeting. I have it. Kick it to our next meeting, which would be ZBA 23-017, an appeal of the planning board's decision regarding the use determined in the site plan review application submitted by Fieldstone Land Consultants on behalf of All-Purpose Storage Swanzey West LLC for property located at 115 Base Hill Road. The subject property shown tax map 52, lot 16, located in both the business district and rural ag district. We have to seat folks for this, don't we? So at this point, I will seat James for Bill, and otherwise it'll be myself, Brian, and Lisa, and now James. And so we'll open the public hearing on this, and we've been asked to continue the public hearing to our meeting next month, which would normally be the 20th. As I said, I know I won't be here. I don't know about others. The 13th is the Monday. That's okay.
Sorry,
It's okay.
just medical,
Oh, that's all.
just medical.
So we should get a motion from somebody to open the public hearing. We'll open the public hearing
Yeah.
on this particular topic.
Okay.
And then after that, we can make a motion to then continue it to that date.
To what date, whatever date.
Okay,
we'll
why are
discuss
we
that.
taking a motion to open
So-
a public hearing?
So you want to open the public hearing in this
Right.
particular instance because it's been notified, all the abutters.
No, I get that,
So
but why do we
usually
need a
the chair-
motion?
You don't need a motion.
Chair does it.
Chair
usually.
opens the
Which I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
We are open at this point in time, and we've had a request to move this to our next meeting. Let's just see how many folks might be available on the 13th
13th of what?
of November.
I'm not available on 13th to take minutes, with somebody else.
Yeah, I'm not available that week either.
Okay.
Well, that answers that question.
So who would be available on the 13th? On the 13th?
I'm
Is that what I said, asked, and I asked the first time? We won, we've got 5. All right, we've got 5 for the 13th, but, and,
At this point, I'm not. I
Yeah.
might be, but at this
Is
point.
that whole week knocked out for you?
At this point, yeah, I'll be back in DC, but that's subject to change. As they change their hair color down there.
I would like to think that all the regular members of our planning board will be present for this unique thing, all the regular elected members.
Of the planning board?
Okay, it's on.
so,
Oh, the zoning board, oh.
Yeah, so in other words, I think it'd be very good if the 5 of you, if Bill is available, would be the one, be able to be there, because this is it's not a run-of-the-mill thing, and I think you should be part of that. That's my take on it. So
Well,
we should find a date that you could be here. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm. Yeah, so 13th is up in the air.
okay. Anyone, is it up in the
I'll be
air?
in town the 20th, 13th is up in the air.
Is anyone else? Oh, go
So
ahead.
Bill's not here this evening, but is he able to be on this?
No.
So he's
Well,
not.
we have, that will be, Bill, on our agenda, I have a letter of resignation from the ZBA from Bill, which I'll read into the minutes a little bit later. so we
Okay,
get ahead of
never
us.
mind.
So the answer is no.
Okay.
Where were we? Let's just go through the regular members. I myself am available on the 13th. Ann?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Brian, maybe, you don't know?
Potentially. I'll have to let you know, potentially, yeah.
We will have and let's just find out from the alternates, because, right, what I just portended,
For the
Wait,
20th,
for the-
the normal one.
well, for the 13th, no,
The
just,
13th right now, because that's when you're available.
right, so that we're just discussing the 13th. Adam, are you available on the 13th? And James, yes? Wayne?
Yes.
Okay. It seems like we'd be able to see the board on the 20th.
So, Mr. Chairman,
Maybe
I
everyone
make a
but
motion
possibly
that we
Brian.
continue this case,
Motion, Rogers.
23-017, to the 13th of November.
I will not be here to take the minutes.
We'll be able to work that out?
You'll have to do that.
You can call in.
We'll miss you.
Going to
I'll second-
Croatia.
I'll second.
Or you can call in.
Calling from
Yeah.
Croatia.
Yeah, take your minutes over there.
6:30 a.m.
Yeah, 6 hours difference.
6, that's all? Okay.
Just one quick adjustment.
Sure.
I have it written here as 23-016.
6, that was a mistake.
It's a mistake, it's supposed to be
Okay.
7.
It's an error.
It's actually
Supposed to be 7, yeah. Good pick, Rob.
What is it?
was
It is
testing to make sure you
17,
did.
right?
Yeah, it is 7.
Okay, all right.
They got, on our agenda, it got printed as 6. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get through the first.
Brian made the motion to move the next meeting to the 13th.
Okay. To the 13th.
To the, is that the right date? Yeah, November 13th.
November, okay.
At 7 o'clock.
Monday,
Yeah.
7 o'clock.
We'll formalize that in a minute, too.
13th,
Yes.
at 7 PM.
That's
Second
right.
by Jay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, all those in favor of the motion, please indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye. Not nay.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah,
What was
aye.
that?
I didn't say anything, I
Oh.
just went like this, but it went aye.
It's an aye, not a nay. Okay, so we'll be meeting at November 13th at 7 PM at Whitcomb Hall to pick this up. Good there? Good. All right, we are looking to amend our ZBA bylaws
Don't you
to,
need a motion to continue the appeal?
oh, yes,
Not, you just had a motion to move the meeting. You
Meeting.
need now another motion to appeal, to
to
continue the
continue,
appeal.
thank you, from Fieldstone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I did that as one motion because it was the same case.
Yeah.
You need it as two separate?
You should do it as two separate.
Yeah. to make-
All right, so how do you want to peel that notice off
I
that
have
I
it
just
here.
gave?
To continue the appeal of planning board's decision regarding the use determined in the site plan review application submitted by Fieldstone Land Consultants on behalf of All Purpose Storage Swanzey West LLC for property located, it has the whole thing in it.
Mhm.
To our next meeting.
Right,
So Brian's also made that motion.
to November 13th, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and who, is there a second? I'm sorry.
I'd be glad to second it again.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody else should speak up.
I'll second it.
Lisa,
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we have a motion to move it to the 13th at 7 PM here. Moved and seconded. All those in favor, please indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Right.
Nice.
Is that true or not?
I don't think so. Okay, we are not,
Close the public hearing? Should we close the public hearing?
No.
It's
It's-
open.
it's
It stays
continued.
open.
Stays open.
That's my
that is correct.
Stays open.
Lucky us. Okay, other business, we want to amend our ZBA bylaws to go basically back to 7 PM start times. We have a suggested motion to amend the ZBA bylaws to change the regularly scheduled meeting of the ZBA to 7 PM starting in November. Any discussion on the motion? Or any discussion on the concept of moving it to 7?
It has been publicly noticed correctly according to our bylaws, so everything is all set to
They're
go.
not charging in here, you know, giving us a hard time.
No, wait,
Yeah, oh, shoot.
Make a motion that we accept the change formally into our bylaws. The meetings are now the third Monday of the month, with the exceptions of the holidays, at the time being 7 PM.
Okay,
I'll second it.
November 13th.
been moved-
Hey, you following me?
it's been moved and seconded to change the time to 7 PM, a regularly scheduled time of the ZBA to be at 7 PM here at Whitcomb Hall on the third Monday of the month.
Except for November.
Except coming up in November, that's right. Okay. So all those in favor, we do have a motion on the floor, correct?
We do,
7
yes.
PM. All those in favor of the motion to move the meeting time to 7 PM, please indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. That's it for business, other than what I'd like to do is, do you have anything else?
So.
Yes, no, I have that. I did receive, dated today, a letter from Bill stating that it's to the zoning board of adjustment as well as myself and Julius. During the past several years, it has become necessary to recuse myself from many meetings/hearings due to conflicts resulting from my work as a real estate broker and as a selectman for Swanzey. Clearly, this is not beneficial to applicants, the town, and fellow board members. The appeal scheduled for October 16th, the one we had tonight, is a clear example, as I have several listings with Patriot Holdings and am involved in several projects with Fieldstone Land Consultants. Please consider this as my notice to you that I am resigning from the board to allow for the promotion of an alternate member to seat as a full member. You have a wonderful group to choose from. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be a part of a wonderful group of people over the years. I'm in awe of the commitment that so many have made to serve the town in their capacity as ZBA member. I always marveled at the ability of the group to engage vigorously, sometimes contentiously, in debate over one application, vote, and then move on to the next hearing with no ill will to our fellow board members and with an open mind for the next application. It's truly remarkable. All the best to Bill. So, Dr. Julius, we have 3 alternates sitting on the board, and as Bill Moulton said here, we have a good roster of alternates here. So and we're not going to put anybody on the spot or anything, but if you're interested in filling the remainder of Bill's seat, and this would be James, Adam, and Eric, I guess. And Wayne, I'm sorry. What's that?
What is Bill's term, when it would be?
Oh, that's a good question.
So whenever you're filling this particular seat, it goes until the next election, not to the end of his term.
Okay, to make the next one, okay.
All right. If you're interested in becoming a member for that period of time, I guess, just let Julius know, and we'll figure it out from there. Do you have any?
Yeah, so
If anybody has an interest in it now, and only we can vote on it, because it's an appointed position at this
But if there's more than one, I think it would be kind of awkward.
Yeah.
At this point, so,
and
there's no need
up there and give us their pitch.
That's right, and spread out the $100 bills.
So I think
that's how we usually do it.
In the trunk.
They're in the trunk.
And?
Pardon my naivete, but I thought Phil was serving as a select person, advisor of the board, and not as an elected official.
we had thought that as well. That's not
I
the
did
case.
too.
No,
I
he was
thought
elected.
it
He was
was
The
elected.
reason I asked that is that if my husband were going to be assigned to this board, I could probably get a similar letter of resignation.
No,
Yeah.
sorry.
There's no requirement that a selectman sit on this board.
No,
No, there really isn't.
Well, there is for the planning board.
Yes.
right?
There is for
Yes.
the planning board, but
Yes.
that's not.
not the case with the ZBA. You wouldn't necessarily want that in this particular scenario, because they're supposed to be basically the judicial body for the town. You don't want the executive body to also be the judicial body in the same instance. So that's why there's no
They
requirement.
do it in Washington every day.
We're better than Washington.
I live in Washington, we don't do that.
Okay,
But,
thank you.
yeah, so that's, if you want to take a look at the RSA for this one, it's 673:12, but if you're interested in one of the alternates, just send me a little heads up. If it's just one person, we'll come to the next meeting and we can, immediately shuffle them into that particular role. We want them to be the full member before we start this next hearing. So we'll want to do this at the beginning of the next, agenda. Just as an FYI.
Okay. See, we're coming to the end of our other business.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we adjourn.
Oh, look at him, you're batting 1,000 here.
We are motion-
Every motion.
You've got every motion tonight.
I took her job.
Okay.
I'll second.
And you seconded it. Moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting at 6:58 PM. Pretty much a record for, in my opinion, right? All right.
Against it?
All those in favor of the motion, please indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We're on the precipice of something new here. It's kind of
And we'll be
kind of
needing a
interesting.
new alternate to the board. Oh, hi, Mark, I didn't see you there.